Recording. Now you are.
Yeah, okay, I'm here, Dianne Law, and I'm here with Robert Hollis and Scott Kloster, and we're talking with Shannon and Rick. So, hello.
Hello, Shannon and Rick. How are you?
Fine. How are you guys?
I love your background, Rick. That it looks like a professional studio. It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah. That's because I'm hiding all my junk behind it.
There you go. That's the way to do it. That's the same reason for my room divider. I told people, you know, I went and got a massage, and I said, "How much for the room divider?"
There you go.
Well, Robert, I see you got a pilot's hat on.
Yes, sir.
Are you a aviation enthusiast, or?
I am, along with cars and motorcycles, but I'm not a pilot yet. I don't have my license yet, even though I have thousands of hours booked. I have a difficulty with my kidneys. I pass kidney stones all the time, and right now the administration's trying to change the law of what you need for a medical license for a private pilot.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know that for a private pilot, it's the same as if you're a commercial pilot. So, and I understand their reasoning too, because when I get a kidney stone, I'm telling you what, it's very hard to stay focused on anything. So I can't imagine having a bunch of loved ones up in the air while I'm going through a kidney stone attack. So I'm not too mad at them for not giving me a license, but I know that other people. One of my dear friends I own a plane with, his name is Don Schlegelmelch. He's a 35-year veteran international pilot with Delta, and so. He retired about, I don't know, like 8 years ago. So I owned a couple of planes with him, and he recently had a small bout with cancer, and they were able to go in and do surgery, and everything's fine. And now they don't want to give this guy that has almost 100,000 miles in flying a license. And I'm going like, are you kidding me? We could get to every place an hour quicker. If he wasn't so thorough, you know what I mean? It's like, man, we got to get there like 2 hours before we take off because he's just that thorough. And it's sad that they're like, well, you had to go through some cancer, so we don't know if we want to renew your license. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So hopefully they get that. Are you a pilot too?
Yeah, I am a pilot. Have you been to Oshkosh?
Have I been to Oshkosh? No.
Have you been? Okay, you need to do that.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that.
Well, we're here to talk about your program. So.
Okay, so I don't go over things that you guys already know. Have you guys already been through the basics of it? I always like, if you don't mind, Rick, is allow you and Shannon basically to ask me any questions that you possibly have, because I don't know. I guess I don't go off on people because I don't want people going off on me. It's like, okay, answer my question, and after we get done with those questions, maybe I'll be interested in looking more at it, but it's so hilarious how I'm the opposite of the pitch guy, you know what I mean? So.
Shannon, you got any questions to lead with?
My biggest thing, I guess you said, I watched some of your videos, and I'm kind of behind a little bit. I think I'm on video 8 or 9. I can't remember exactly. Okay. On the unlimited profits thing. So I've meant to watch some more of that this weekend, but I was doing soccer practice all weekend with my son, so that overrode that one.
Family first.
Yes. Yes. Now, I guess your history was, I guess you were a mechanic, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And then I guess you something happened and you kind of got out of it and it led you into this?
Yeah, 27 years ago, I met a guy that had no idea what an entrepreneur was, mentorship was, marketing was. In fact, Shannon, I tell everybody prior to getting involved in marketing, I was one of the guys that probably was one of those guys that, disliked salespeople than anyone I knew. And the reason why is I kept seeing these service writers, me going through a vehicle, then bringing up the paperwork, telling them everything was okay. And then the service writer would come back, hand me a piece of paper saying, they need front brakes. And I'm going like, no, they don't, So salespeople were, to me, an individual that was always trying to get people to buy things that they really didn't need. So they were always using manipulation of some sort. So I think it's hilarious that, God's got a sense of humor. All of a sudden I'm hanging around somebody that taught me how to do marketing. And all I did is just follow what he did. He had a really simple system, and it allowed me to make over $1 million before I was 30. And that was, $45 million ago. And so my biggest claim to fame, Shannon, is I've helped 45 people now make over $1 million a year in marketing. And it's just not network marketing, even though my 27 years has been mostly involved in something to do with network marketing, building groups and teaching people how to build a large, loyal, satisfied customer base. So 7 of those 45 actually own their own marketing company, including network marketing companies. So my biggest claim to fame is ACN, the owners of that company. I found off a newspaper ad and taught them exactly how to do the business, and now they're running a 23-year-old company that does $700 million a year. In fact,
wow.
They're one of the 10 companies that were listed in the Direct Sales Association is for $100 million in 1 year, and that was last year. So very, very, very blessed, got this stuff down, and to tell you where this all came from was Eric Worre, that used to be, me and him got involved in a company 27 years ago called NSA. We've always been good friends, and he decided to put a group of guys together to basically be ambassadors to teach everyone in the world how to do this. So prior, if you know anything about marketing, usually you're teaching your group, that's it. You know what I mean? The goals to go outside of your organization is really not beneficial to you other than just giving, and helping everyone. But I've been blessed in the last 10 years to either be the master distributor or part owner of the company. So that allowed me to teach everybody in the company because it was awesome. And so Eric Worre, 3 years ago, said, Robert, can you come speak at my event? We have over 100 different companies there from 100 different countries. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
Wow, I never even thought about that. And so he started out with a small event. We ended up going from 400 people, then went to 800. Year before last was 4,000. Last year was over 8,000 people at the event. And so I'm very, very blessed now to be teaching people all over the world what to do. And then all of a sudden there was a bunch of guys that I'm close to that are sort of like peers, I guess you would call them. And they're like, Robert, why don't you just make your stuff generic and make a business out of it? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I probably wouldn't have done it if I didn't see companies like Empower Network. All of a sudden a bunch of guys leave MLSP Pro and go over and start Empower Network and do 110 million in 2 years, and 6 people make over $1 million, and I'm going like, wow. And I'm not saying anything negative about them. I went through their training and went through their stuff, and I'm going like, whoa, okay, so everyone's got their own style, and I'm more of a guy, Shannon, as far as an entrepreneurial mentality, is I teach people how to think instead of teaching them what to do and how to do it. I have this philosophy that I've been able to prove over and over and over again, that if you get people to think correctly, the how and what comes very, very, very easy. Because you can teach somebody a simple principle of exposing people. The example I use all the time in my mentorship videos, you'll see that, is the concept of the Snuggie. All right, so my son, the first time he seen the Snuggie, said it's a house coat that you put on backwards.
Right.
And I bring this up in large audiences when I teach it, and I said, well, how many people, I show them the video, which you guys, if you've seen it, it's the most corniest video out there, and then after you see the video, I tell people in the audience, I said, now how many people prior to this commercial ever bought a Snuggie? And it's always like less than 1% of the people in the crowd. You know what I mean? And I said, now here's the really important part. Now that you've seen the video, how many people are going to buy a Snuggie? And no one's hands raised up. And I said, let me explain marketing to you and don't get mad at me. If you never bought one and you still aren't going to buy one, you don't understand marketing. Because they made $80 million in 6 months. So the normal philosophy of 95% of the people that get involved in entrepreneurship is they think, well, I wouldn't buy one, and I don't know anybody else that would buy one. For that reason, they don't get in. It's like, duh. Most of the stuff I think that you guys, if you watch Shark Tank like I do, or you watch any kind of infomercials, or even anybody that is good at marketing online, sometimes you watch their videos and look at their system and you go, who would do this? And then you find out that, like myself, I got 130,000 free members all over the world. Got over 13,000 paying members, and people go, I don't get it. And I go, maybe that's the first thing you should try to understand. Is why it works, not that you don't get it. And I just tell people all the time, they go, I don't get it. And I go, do you wanna? So I hope that was a good thumbnail of what we do, and that was a great question.
Rick, you can jump in out too. I don't want to like steal the floor here, all right. So you did that, and I agree with what you're saying on the Snuggie and things like that. Yes, it is funny because I watch the videos and I'm like, who would buy this? But yet, everybody's been buying them. Otherwise, they wouldn't still be for sale.
Or the Chia Pet, or we could go on and on, the clapper. I still haven't got the clap on, clap off the clapper, but every Christmas is coming out.
Oh yeah, that's right. We've even got a store down here, Aztec on TV. It's perfect. Everybody loves that store.
They do.
Yeah, that's it. So you've been doing this for, I guess you said about 27 years. Is that right, or did I?
Yeah, I've been in marketing for 27 years. I started using online stuff 10 years ago. It's like I was an automotive engineer, so I was using computers before they had a mouse, and I just was always intrigued with being able to make an effective anything. Engineers love results, and that's what I'm all about. And so when we got into the marketing aspect, one of the companies I was involved with in probably 1999, 2000. Deregulation of gas and electricity was happening. So what I did is I actually relocated my family to Orange County, Southern California, and we acquired over 2.5 million customers away from PG&E and Southern Gas, and I used all internet. Back then, of course, one website would cost me $30,000-$40,000, but to advertise with keywords on interested in saving money on your utilities was pretty fun, and so that was a great, multi-million-dollar thing. The one I did before that was with a company called LCI. LCI was competing against MCI and Sprint, and what I did is I just very simply went out and acquired over 4 million customers from AT&T, MCI, and Sprint to a company called LCI. And then what happened is Quest bought them for billions of dollars, and I was blessed to be on the stock deal for that. So I just love acquiring customers and making residual income. And again, I give a lot of credit to my mentors on that. So so that's figuring out how to leverage and help other people make money and get a percentage of that is pretty cool. I love that. A lot of people call it network marketing. Me, I just call it marketing. It's moving products and services that people need to the people that want them. And if people have a problem with network marketing, I think that they probably should, because very few people that I know of actually know how to help people make money. So if you're a non-sales type and you teach people sales techniques, they're probably not going to use them. Right. And that's just me, doing this. So what I do is I design things where a non-sales type person will go, wow, I can do that. And if I can do that, or I will do that, then you get to see the miraculous stories. You know, so I've taken a lady that we have named Hindra, and you know, she's from South Africa. She makes, you know, their whole family makes less than $600 a month U.S.
Wow.
And she's been with me for 1 month, and her first check was like $800, you know, with me, because she's just got excited, and I shared with her what to do, and she had that faith and just did it. And you know, Scott Kloster, you know, he's on here, and I see half of his face.
He's
Move over, Scott.
Yeah. And, you know, but Scott, you know, I've known Scott for years, and you know, to see this young man, you know, progress over the last year and a half is just mind-boggling to me. I mean, Scott's effective at making, you know, between $1,500 and $2,000 a month residual income, and he's just a rock star in the online business, and he doesn't know it, which I think is hilarious. You guys know how few people in the online space make any money.
Yeah.
That's true.
Congrats, Scott. Do good.
Thanks, guys.
You talk a lot about your, I guess, your faith or things like that. Are you, do you go to church, or what is your faith background?
I would have to say that I am a Christian. I definitely believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I would say that over the last, I don't know, maybe 8 years, just an amazing seeker. Went through periods of my life where, you know, I was a covenant partner with Kenneth Copeland Ministries, helped build churches, you know, like Mac and Lynn Hammonds out of Minnesota, Creflo Dollars out of Georgia, you know, and just, I was so into it. And then all of a sudden, I guess my opinion is I just all of a sudden required more of myself to build a relationship with my Creator. And so more and more been a little more of not believing in what religion or controlled religion has done, you know. So the joke I make, which might not be a joke to you, is that, you know, we got 460,000 different registered religions in the United States. So how it went from Baptist to regular Baptist to First Baptist to Unleaded Baptist is everyone constantly thinking up a better idea of what their interpretation of the scriptures are. And so I've sort of stepped away from churches over the last few years, and just find a group of people that I know, 2 or more gathered in His name. There He is in the midst. So church is in your heart, and your relationship with God, and you're constantly masterminding with other people. Hey, you know, church is right now if you're a believer.
Right. No, that was interesting. I'd heard you say that a few times, so that's one of the things I was going to ask.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Actually, that's how I met Rick. I met Rick through the church that we go to. I'm kind of the same way. I don't get caught up in the if you're a Baptist or a Baptist-Costal or whatever. You know, I'm not as big into that. But I'm kind of the same. I mean, we do go to church. We have a church that we go to on Sundays and Wednesdays. But yeah, I don't. We don't. Church around here, most churches hate each other. This is not a real great area for churches to work together. You know, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, and believe it or not, with, you know, Google Hangout, you know, virtually a couple of times a week, you know, I'm doing hangouts with a whole group of people that, you know, they want to know more, and I'm not saying I know all. I'm far from that. And that's why I lean on the scripture, is like, lean not on your own understanding. I love that one. So as long as I put Him first and keep pushing toward the mark and building my relationship with God, then I know I'm going to be fine. And, you know, I got to consistently worship with other people. You know what I mean? So that makes me sometimes grow, because other people got better ideas, you know what I mean? Or just thoughts, you know. So, but thank you for bringing that up. I think that the more you get to know me and go through my training, especially the mentorship training, I don't hide that part of me. I don't hide that part of me at all.
Right.
It says if you're bold, I'm bold, and if you're willing to announce me and from the rooftops, then I'm going to be close to you. So I'd rather have them close to me than not.
Right. I understand. Cool. Rick, I'll let you go with it.
All right. Well, Robert, I've gone through, trying to figure out your program and where you're headed and what you're trying to do. And I've gone through a lot of the videos. I went through that first section. I've gone through trying to grasp the comp plan and your products and, everything that you're trying, or what I think you're doing.
Sure.
And so I've got a few questions. I made some notes this morning to try to see if I can get some answers.
All right.
So let me look over here on this other screen and see if I can fire off some things.
And one of the things that I want to do, Rick, too, is apologize up front. I got another hangout at 12 o'clock, in 7 minutes. So we might have to reconvene, because I don't want to be rude and cut you off. I sometimes, when I get on hangouts, it's usually people have already been through the stuff, and I'm just welcoming them. You know what I mean? And I want to be respectful with your time and be able to answer all the questions that you have.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, well, maybe we could get on another call so I can.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. This is.
You know how it is. If you want to thoroughly understand something, it takes a little bit of time.
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely, it does. One of the things that I can say in the 6 minutes that we have is that we probably can get through at least one of your questions. So let's make that attempt. As long as you guys don't mind that I gotta go.
No problem. One of the things that I was looking at was in one of the videos where it had the stair step and it showed the diamond and the 5 pros, and the double diamond and the 8 pros and the 3 diamond. My question is, whenever I was talking to Scott the other day, he had mentioned that it was levels deep, but from what I'm gathering, is it just an affiliate program with one level deep, but you have these, you have a bonus structure where when you bring on 2 people, or about every 3 person, you're able to get an override bonus?
Yes.
Is that about the way the setup is?
Yeah, I'll in a nutshell, I tell people, the people that love network marketing really love, unlimited profits, because you do get paid up to 8 levels deep, Rick. So what you do is you get paid 10 to 30% on those levels. And then a lot of people go, well, if you're paying 8 levels deep, or in the black diamond situation where you can get paid to infinity or over the total gross of the company, one of the things is people go, well, isn't this network marketing? And my first response is, no, it's better. And let me explain to you why. You can look at network marketing and Amway being, the largest and biggest company out there. They did $10.8 billion last year. On the other hand, if you look at Amazon did $90 billion. And so people right now are getting to understand that they can go to Amazon and become an affiliate for free. They don't know how to get people to see their affiliate link on any kind of product that they're reviewing to get a percentage. But if they did know that, they still can't teach that to Shannon. Because if they teach that to Shannon, they're not going to get paid on them. So we're like a hybrid affiliate program, Rick, and what we very simply do is the difference that makes us unique from network marketing is people can get involved with us for free. They can get trained for free. They can share their affiliate links with us for free. And if someone buys anything in our training or our mentorship program, they're going to get paid without investing a dime.
Well, I haven't seen anything that showed the 8 levels deep on your comp plan.
Yeah, if you went through if you logged in your back office and you clicked on overview and then you clicked on show me the money, that's a short video, less than 10 minutes, and it does show 8 levels.
But is it 8 levels, or what you're saying is that on 10 people, every 3rd person you get an override bonus?
There's 3 ways that you get paid. You get paid on 51% for anyone that you personally sponsor as a pro. So, you bring in someone for $99, you get that $50 up front and residual for the life of the customer. Second is every 3rd person, we're going to pay you 100% matching bonus on their personal pros of the best out of the 3. So
that's on all of your first level people that you've sponsored.
Correct.
So it's not deep on their people that they sponsored. It's only on your first level.
No. Now the third part of the comp plan, there's 3 parts. You got to pay $50 on your first person. Let's say you're a diamond. You have 3. Scott gets 100% matching bonuses off people. Scott, how many pros do you have?
12.
So 12. So that's what? That's 4 people that he matches. Is the best 4 out of the 12 he matches. So if he's got one person that's got 10, then he's going to make a $500 bonus off that person. Now the other ones, including those, he also gets paid 8 levels deep, 10 to 30% on everyone that lands on those levels within the compensation plan.
Okay, well, I haven't seen a chart that showed any levels down below. That's why I was wondering how that.
So if I showed you that video and took a screenshot and sent you to it where it shows it, then you could say you've seen it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So just because you've seen it and you don't remember is not my fault, Rick.
Well, I've got the one that shows all the diamonds. I've got the ones that shows the diamonds, but I haven't seen it yet because I would have made note of that.
Well, guess what? I gotta go. So Rick, between the time you and I hook back up, make sure you become my friend, you and Shannon. Send me a private message on Facebook and tell me to delete somebody to make you a friend. I do that all the time. And what I'll do is we'll reconvene and figure out between Dianne and Scott when we all can get together again. And Rick, you watch that video. Show me the money. You're gonna go, wow. Okay, there it is. So and I understand. Yeah, I understand. I get that. I know that people pick up 10% of what they see for the first time. That's why we read books more than once. That's why, we and here's another thing I know too, Rick, and you'll admit this, is sometimes when you're not really 100% interested, sometimes you're not really paying attention.
Yeah.
So someone will tell me blah 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 blah, and I'm doing like Wolf of Wall Street. I'm smiling, I'm nodding, and I'm cheering. I'm just going to continue to do what I did before I talked to you.
Well, I've put about 10 hours into it so far trying to study it, so I'm interested.
Yeah, good. Well, I want to work with you. I want to work with you and get you to explain, understand all of it. So I'm going to go and be respectful to these other people, and I'm looking forward to talking to both of you again.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Dianne and Scott, love you guys. Have a good day.
Love you. Bye.
Thanks a lot, Robert.
All right, see you guys. I got to run too. Thank you.
Okay. You want to get in touch with me later, and we'll set up another time?
Yeah, just shoot me an email. Let me know when it works out best, and we'll just kind of get an email chain going, and we'll figure out a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, so sooner the better. I mean, whatever day is good for you guys, so that we could all get together again. So.
I gotta have time to watch a video or two and get caught back up. Rick's ahead of me, so y'all give me a little bit of time.
Oh, there you go. Keep going.
All right. Thank you, guys.
I appreciate the call.
Bye, guys.